just don't get it. Do you enjoy being hurt? I know you smell the perfume, the makeup on his shirt. You don't believe his stories. You know that there are lies. Bad as you are, you stick around, and I just don't know why. If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I'd be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman deserve good things. Fist full of diamonds, a head full of rain. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. A baby, good love and protection. Make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me love you, love you, love you, love you. Yeah. Listen, your true beauty's description looks so good that it hurts. You're a dime plus 99, and it's a shame. Don't even know what you're worth. Everywhere you go, they stop and stare, 'cause you're bad and it shows. From your head to your toes, out of control. Baby, you know. If I was your man, baby, you never worry about what I do. I'd be coming home back to you every night, doing you right. You're the type of woman deserves good things. Fist full of diamonds, a handful of rings. Baby, you're a star. I just wanna show you you are. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Oh, baby, good love and protection. Oh, make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. Baby, you should let me. You deserve better. You know you deserve better. We should be together, baby. With me and you, it's whatever, girl. Hey, so can we make this thing us? You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give everything you need. Yeah, said everything. Will you take me, baby? Ooh, baby, you should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. That good love and protection. Make me your selection. Show you the way love's supposed to be. You should let me love you. Let me be the one to give you everything you want and need. Ooh, baby. Protection, selection, baby. Yeah, let me love you. That's all you need, baby.
Love you, and I need you, Nelly. I love you, I do need you. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, you know I'm crazy over you. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, you know I'm crazy over you.
I met this chick and she just moved right up the block from me. And she got the hots for me, the finest thing my hood has seen. But oh no, no, she got a man and a son though. Oh, when that's okay, 'cause I wait for my cue and just listen, play my position like a show star. Pick up everything, mommy hitting, and in no time, I better make this with him mine. And that's for sure, 'cause I never been the type to break up a happy home. But it's something about sudden you looking, I never say a word. I know how niggas start acting trippin'. I heard about the girls. No way, hey, now they gon' fight over no day, hey, as you can see. But I like your steez, your style, your whole demeanor, the way you come through and holler and swoop me in his two-seater. That's gangsta, and I got special ways to thank ya. Don't you forget it, but it ain't that easy for you to back up and leave him. But you and Dirty got ties for different reasons. I respect that. And right before I turned to leave, she said,
You don't know what you've been to me.
Come on.
I do. All I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, oh, you know I'm crazy over you. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, you know I'm crazy over you.
Sing it for me, Kay.
And I love you, and I need you, Nelly. I love you, I do,
Come on, girl.
and it's more than you'll ever know. Boy, it's for sure. You can always count on my love forevermore. Yeah.
East Coast, I know you're shaking right. Down south, I know you're bouncing right. West Coast, I know you're walking right.
You don't know what
Midwest, I
you've
see
been
you
to
swinging
me.
right.
I do. All I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, oh, you know I'm crazy over you. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, you know I'm crazy over you.
East Coast, I know you're shaking right. Down south, I know you're bouncing right. West Coast, I know you're walking right.
You don't know what
Midwest, I
you've
see
been
you
to
swinging right. East
me.
Coast, you still shaking right. Down south, I see you bouncing right. West Coast, I know you're walking right.
You don't know what
Midwest, you
you've been
still
to
swinging
me.
right.
I do. All I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, oh, you know I'm crazy over you. No matter what I do, all I think about is you. Even when I'm with my boo, you know I'm crazy over you.
East Coast, I know you're shaking right. Down south, I know you're bouncing right. West Coast, I know you're walking right.
You don't know what
Midwest, I
you've
see
been
you
to
swinging right. East
me.
Coast, you still shaking right. Down south, I see you bouncing right. West Coast, I know you're walking right.
You don't know what
Midwest, you
you've
still
been
swinging right.
Yeah. Do 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 do. Gotta change my answering machine now that I'm alone. 'Cause right now it says that we can't come to the phone. And I know it makes no sense, 'cause you walked out the door. But it's the only way I hear your voice anymore. It's ridiculous. It's been months, and for some reason I just can't get over. And I'm stronger than this. Yeah, enough is
Sometimes I get really rushed before stream. I get really, really rushed. I turn the computer on, I turn everything on, and the one thing I forget is the roadcaster in the corner that turns my mic on. At least once a fortnight. I answered your question. I guess the short answer is I don't really offer my services as a commission painter. That must look funny as hell. I can do commission painting, it just... I need to find the right client, if that makes sense. You know, I value my time, and I think a lot of the time people underestimate how much labor is involved in painting a miniature, and they sort of just look at it as, I don't know, like the Sanguinor. People look at this as an $80 model in Australia, and they're like, well, if it's an $80 model, it would be insane if someone were to say charge $600 to have it painted. And it really wouldn't be. It really wouldn't be. Like, this thing's gonna take me probably around 70 hours to paint it. It could be more. So, short answer is I can do commissions. I just depends on the client and their I guess what their budget is. Does that make sense? Their budget. Yo, Prophet, how you doing? Just finished the gym. You feeling dead? Damn, sucks, bro. You got a cyclone battle? Yeah, I was getting messages from the Dice Daddy today because he's in Queensland doing signage, and he's like, I'm racing the cyclone. Because I sent him the job I was doing today, which was not a good job. I don't know which one's worth, racing a cyclone or doing what I was doing today. Man, I'm not enjoying this model. You've been told you're decent for being new? That's a good compliment. That's a good compliment. Look, if you are going to do commissions, just make sure they're worth your time. Don't do them for free. I suppose, actually, wait. There's two things you could do them. Do them for free, for friends, if that's what you want to do, or for a gift or something like that. But realize that, you know, it's going to take you a lot of time and effort for that model. So doing something for free really needs to be something you're passionate about. And then if it isn't someone that's one of your friends, charge sort of accordingly. Don't you know, do it for like $2 an hour, because that is just ludicrous. It's predicted to pass right over you and Buddha. Man, that's nuts. I'm sort of glad I'm in Victoria. Look, you could probably say it's a little bit boring and predictable in Victoria where I'm at, but it's good. The closest natural disaster I've had was there were bushfires in the Dandenongs. That was actually quite close to me years ago. Like, nearly to the point where I'd have to evacuate. That's the closest I've been. Hey Tails, how you doing? You sell painted terrain to help support your hobby? Yeah, I suppose, like, I mean, I guess painted terrain, you know, it's still commission, still takes effort. It's difficult. It is difficult to put a price on because people underestimate how much something should cost. Black Saturday ones, yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think the community as a whole, without trying to sound like I'm insulting the whole hobby community, I think have an unrealistic expectation about how much a commission job should cost. And not that you should pester Siege Studios, but if you ever want to get a price on something, on like a very well painted miniature, email them for a quote. Double cheeseburger, each 500 points. That sounds like a pretty good deal. Would you be willing to put it into a regular meal with some Vegemite shaker fries? If you do, then we could have worked something out, Tails. And then for each 1,000 points I reach, if we do like bulk miniatures, because of the amount of effort I'm putting in, a white monster for every 1,000 points. Windsor Newton Series 7, Raphael. Don't recognise my brush? Yeah, because it's from Games Workshop. It's the Citadel. Which I believe, what are they? What is Citadel? These ones are they Windsor Newtons? They're just a rebranded. They're rebranded Sable Hair. Rebranded Sable Hair. Dude, I need to get another piece of paper already. How you doing, Marvin? Doing good. Love to hear it. Good morning from the UK. Good evening from Melbourne, Australia. Citadel is Windsor Newton. That's what, did I say that? I think I said that. Chat, clip that. Like you did clip, no, you don't have to clip it. Did anyone get the clip of Nath with Generator 4? The Generator 4 fiasco. What am I planning to finish on this dude tonight? Oh man, if I could get the white done and we get started on the blood drops, that'd be pretty good. We do have the episode 6 of Road to Arc tonight, so that will be happening around 9 o'clock. And as I've said with all previous guests, we aim for half an hour, but I think we've almost got an hour every single time we've had a chat. So that'll take an hour of tonight's stream, and then I don't know. We'll see. I might paint some more. There's not really anything else to do in Space Marine 2. We do seem to get more people watching when we play Space Marine 2 though. It's funny, it ebbs and flows. Sometimes it works as it's the painting tutorials that get more views, and then other times it's Space Marine 2. I think it's when I get closer to finishing a miniature, because it actually looks like I've painted something on stream. So people that aren't regulars will be like, oh, that looks really cool. Whereas you regulars are like, oh, shit, he's doing the Sanguinor, we better strap ourselves in for 3 weeks of painting. Because you're pros, exactly. Oh no, because we're pros? At Space Marine 2, yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. Although we got our booties handed to us by some spore mines last night. Spore mines in a hallway. Harold, how we doing? So, yesterday, before my chiropractor, I got a flat tire in the ute. It wasn't flat, but I was like, it's pretty close. But my chiropractor's just around the corner, so I was like, I can't change a tire and make it to the chiropractor, but I can make it to the chiropractor and then change my tire. So I did that yesterday. Turns out that when the company gave me my 4 new tires last year, the spare they put on was, I'm going to swear, completely fucked. To the point that the sidewall had blown out. So luckily, one of my friends turned up with a spare wheel, and I chucked that on, and I went to a mechanic today, and I got the news that I needed to get 2 new tires because both tires were absolutely cooked. And then one of the other rims is buckled, which is shit. Good old Victorian roads with all our potholes. As if you can't sue the government for the potholes. I stopped hooning. Dude, I drive like a grandma. Honest to God, I drive like a grandma. Marvin's been in the car with me. I've been drag racing. Nah, do not drag race. That's the thing. I've got 2 V8s and I drive extremely sedately. You can't sue typically. Yeah, I know you can't sue. It's stupid though. Like our roads are stuffed in Victoria, man. It's absolutely. I'm a good boy when I drive. I'm a good boy. You wouldn't expect that from someone with 2 V8s, but yeah. Oh yeah, I know you can't. It's just dumb. It's stupid. Especially when you're driving down a road you don't know and there's potholes. There's a down Dorset Road near Baronia. There's like a, I don't know what it would be. It'd be like a maintenance hatch or something, maybe for the traffic lights underneath the road. And it's just like a steel tray, but like it just drops. Like I know that I have to drive around it. It's actually insane that it's in the middle of the road. Maybe I should sell both my cars and just get something with some fat ass muddies on it. It's a big lifted Ford Ranger. I'll be that dude. I'll get a Raptor. Become a Chad. I mean, if you got a Ford Raptor, I'm a little bit jealous. F250, yeah. Or you can get the proper Raptor from the States. That's an F series, not like the Ranger Raptor. They're nuts. To win a lawsuit against the cancel in this scenario, you would have to prove neglect by the cancel. It's everywhere, bro, on the road. The whole road is neglected. They have to have known about, yeah, is it when they come out with paint and they spray the pothole and they don't do anything about it? Yeah, anyway, I get it. It's stupid. It's stupid. We don't need to go down that route of talking about politics and stuff like that. I don't know enough about it, but they spend a lot of money on a lot of bullshit, or waste a lot of money. Government waste is disgusting. It's nuts. Oh yeah, man, the Commonwealth Games, that was insane. That's just stupid. I get that no business, and look, the government sort of gets run like a business. I get no business runs smoothly, and there's always going to be some stuff ups, but when they stuff up with the money that they get from us, oh man. Hey, you get a fat paycheck for the rest of your life though after you retire, don't you? So who gives a fuck? Maybe on the weekend I need to hook up our Facebook Live. Let me get this open for a sec. I need to get Instagram open for tonight's interview anyway. Here we go. Check. This is the this is a better showing of the colors of the miniature I painted. See, that's better. That's what that miniature looks like. I finished. In the photo, it does look like I could probably highlight the gun a bit more, but for what it is, it's pretty damn cool. For the speed it was painted.
Everything you say, don't worry, I got it. And everything she got, best believe she bought it. She gon' steal my heart, ain't no doubt about it, girl.
Maybe I'll try and batch paint the other 5 over the long weekend. Wombat, my dude, how you doing?
That's why I love her.
T-Pain, Young Jock. Hey, she snapping.
Snap your fingers, let it stare. You can do it all by yourself. Baby girl, what's your name? Let me talk to you, let me buy you a drink. I'm T-Pain, you know me. Convict music, never boy. I know the club goes at 3. What's the chances of you rolling?
Thankfully, we're putting a matte varnish on this. It's not exactly the smoothest I've done.
Tell me how you feel, mama, tell me what you see. A certified dime piece deserve Louis 1-3. 150 a shot, 3 for you and 3 for me. I'm checking your body language, I love the conversation. And when you lick your lips, I get a tingling sensation. Now we're both by tipsy, you say you in the mood. All I need is about an hour, better yet maybe 2. Let me take you where I live, Ferrari switch gears. When I whisper in your ear, your legs hit the chandelier. Passion, fruit, and sex all in the atmosphere. I'ma let T-Pain sing it, so he can make it clear.
I'ma buy you a drink. I'ma take you home with me. I got money in the bank.
Oh, nice. If there's anything that you want help with in terms of like paint schemes and stuff, feel free to DM me personally or tag me in the post. If you did it right. Oh, you probably did it right. Have you started on your Imperial Night yet, Marvin? For the Arc Open?
I've been looking under rocks and breaking locks, just trying to find you. I've been like a maniac, insomniac, 5 steps behind you. Tell them other girls they can hit the exit check, please. Cause I finally found a girl of my dreams, much more than a Grammy award. That's how much you mean to me. You could be my it girl, baby, you're the shit girl. Loving you could be a crime. Crazy how we did, girl. This is it, girl. Give me 25 to life. I just wanna
The model cleanup is finished. Nice.
put you in the middle of my spotlight. You could be my it girl. You're my biggest hit, girl. Let me play it loud.
Should I be nervous that there's 20 minutes left and Nath isn't in chat yet and he's meant to be co-hosting?
Let me play it loud, like. Let me play it loud. You can't help but turn them heads, not get them dead. Dropping like flies around you. If I get your body close, not letting go. Hoping you're about to tell them other guys they could lose your number, you're done. They don't get another shot cause you're love drunk. Like a TV show playing reruns.
He stops D&D at 8:50? Oh, okay.
Baby, you're the shit, girl. Loving you could be a crime. Crazy how we did, girl. This is it, girl. Give me 25 to life. Hey, and put you in the middle of my spotlight. You could be my it girl. You're my biggest hit, girl. Let me play it loud. Let me play it loud, Let me play it loud. Let me play it loud, like. Let me play it loud. Can't seem to stop you from running through my mind. Just keep it coming till I make you mine. You got that something, I wanna be with, girl. You're my greatest hit, girl. Just me, this is it, girl.
Dude, this focus is shitting me.
Don't you know you're mine? You could be my it girl. Baby, you're the shit, girl. Loving you could be a crime. Crazy how we did, girl. This is it, girl. Give me 25 to life. Give me 25 to life, baby. And put you in the middle of my spotlight. You could be my it girl. You're my biggest hit, girl. Let me play it loud. Let me play it loud, like. Hey, baby, play it loud. Let me play it loud, like. Let me play it loud. Let me hear you singing, like. Everybody in the crowd, let me hear you singing, like. This is it, girl.
Need to work on smoother blends and paint consistency. But your eyesight is suffering with age. Have you looked at getting some magnifying glasses, Carabas? They help me a heap. I can't believe I used to paint on stream without them.
I'm holding on your rope, got me 10 feet off the ground. And I'm hearing what you say, but I'm just
Shit, I should go over to TikTok in case someone's there. Oh, Atomy, there we go. What happened to all the people that used to watch Atomy? They're over on Twitch, my dude. I mean, Tiny's real busy lately, but heaps of people are watching on. Well, not heaps. We've got 13 people watching on Twitch. The life of a miniature painter streamer. Dude, it'd be so much easier if I could get the TikTok chat in with the rest of the chat. It would be so much easier. Yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna be streaming on TikTok now. We're on TikTok, Kick, and YouTube. Although we've got absolutely nothing on Kick, like nothing. We've got 6 followers. Oh, actually, a few people did follow on Kick, but there's just, I can't even tell you. Where do I see on here that the viewers? Viewers, none. There's none on Kick. There's none.
I'm afraid it's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too late to apologize. It's too late. It's too late to apologize. It's too late. I said it's too
Yeah, so this is the hard part about TikTok, right? I've done multiple posts saying we're streaming on Twitch. People just, you don't see them because TikTok will not show them to people. They are a very, very insecure platform.
Holding on your own, got me 10 feet off
I need you, boo. I gotta see you, boo. And the hearts all over the world tonight. Said the hearts all over the world tonight. I need you, boo. Oh, I gotta see you, boo. And the hearts all over the world tonight. Said the hearts all over the world tonight. Hey, little mama, ooh, you're a stunner. Hot little figure, yes, you a winner. And I'm so glad to be yours. You're a class, all you're running. Ooh, little cutie, when you talk to me, I swear the whole
Am I going to have to switch all the names around on the Discord chat for the interview? I will 100% have to jump up on my desk and unplug my webcam and plug it back in. Not if I start the call. Well, I'll be starting it, I'd say. I don't see Nathan and what's his name? Jacob. Starting the call. Like Marvin in the green room before the interview. Maybe on the weekend what I'll try and do is, you're on track for 9, love to hear it. Well, it'll be a little bit after 9. What I'm going to try and do is maybe get the Instagram linked, maybe drop Kick, and try Facebook. Facebook. We're pretty close to launching the sign up for the paint classes. Pretty close. Gonna have to look at getting some mold line removers as well if we have kids. instead of the brand new sharp scalpels. Alright, I think I'm happy with that. I think we're, I'll do some more layers on these. You want to make it pretty? Yeah, no. Make it pretty. The photos worked good. Were they the new ones I took? Must be the man.
In the club on a late night, feeling right, looking trying to spot something real nice. Looking for a little shorty, I know this so that I can take home.
I can take on 18 with an attitude.
19, kind of snotty, acting real rude. But as long as you a diggy, girl, you know the song. You know the song. I peep something coming towards me up the dance floor. Sexy and real, saying she be keeping it.
Alright, we're getting towards that time, guys,
I tell her no, measurements was 36,
where
34. I like the way you brush your hair, and I like those stylish clothes you wear.
I need someone who isn't subbed on Twitch to let me know when the ads pop up so I can jump on into the Discord call for the interview. And I think it'll be in like 15 minutes maybe. Yo, Loffa, how you doing?
Face about it front act, don't know how to act. Without no vouchers or no boosters, bringing nothing back. You should feel the impact. Shopping with plastic. When the sky's the limit and them haters can't get past that. Watch me as a gas that 4.6 range. Once again, anything change. Every time I switch lanes, it feels strange now. Making a living on my brain instead of cane now. I got the title from my mama, put the whip in my own name now. Damn, she
I'm actually super annoyed with myself too because I didn't get around to making a
shit, I'm the main now. In and out my own game. Pages out of New
thumbnail to promote the podcast or the episode. Super frustrated with myself.
next to Vanna White. Come on. If you wanna go and take a ride with me, we be willing in the four with the goatees. Oh, this way. If you wanna go and get high with me, smoke a L in the back of the Benz. Oh, I feel this way. If you wanna go and take a ride with me, we be willing in the four with the goatees. Oh, why do I live this way?
Must be the man. Something you don't know, I got something to tell you.
You won't believe how many people straight out of the flow. Most
Said that I was a failure.
but now the same motherfuckers asking me for dough. Now I'm yelling, I can't have ya. Yo, Nelly, can we get tickets to the next show? Hell no.
Now that I'm a fly guy, and I fly high, niggas wanna know why I fly by, but yo, it's all good, Range Rover, all wood, do me like you should, fuck me good,
So the next step is to take white scar and add an edge highlight to all these little feathers. Which you can't even see. And then I just put it directly in the middle. Dude. Maybe we'll try it on this one. Well, at least that worked for the tutorial.
Won't do, but I can't help it. I love the way it feels. It's got me stuck between my fantasy and what is real. I need it when I want it. I want it when I don't. Tell myself I'll stop every day, knowing that I won't. I got a problem and even if I did, I don't know if I would quit, but I doubt it. Taken by the thought of it, and I know this much is true, baby. You have become my addiction. I'm so strung out on you, I can barely move, but I like it. And it's all because of you. So then it's all because of you. And it's all because of you. So then it's all because I'll never get enough. She's the sweetest drug. Think of it every second. I can't get nothing done. Only concern is the next time I'm gonna get me some. No, I should stay away from, cause it's no good for me. I try and try, but my obsession won't let me leave. I got a problem and
Yo, Raymond, how you doing?
if I did, I don't know if I would quit, but
Today's Wednesday. Nah, I wish.
taken by the thought of it.
I wish.
And I know this much is true, baby. You have become my addiction. I'm so strung out on you, barely move, but I like it. It's all because of you. So then it's all because of you. And it's all because of you.
Thank you for the likes over there as well, Raymond. I think it's just you by yourself there, so thanks. Thanks for pumping that like button. I forget that you meant to tell people over on TikTok to do that. Probably might have something to do with why we've only got one person watching. It's got nothing to do with the talent. Yo, Tails. I wonder if you can I like on PC or no? I can. Dude, this is a hack. I just sent myself 50 likes. That's easy. Why am I painting? Why am I not just sitting here clicking the like button?
So I went to the club. Put on a fresh white suit and a mini coupe, sitting on dubs. I'm just looking for somebody to talk to and show me some love. If you know what I mean.
Do you remember when we used to play the catch the bot game? Do you remember when you could gift? Hey, it's working. We've got 4 people viewing. It is. The likes. That's what we're missing. We're missing the likes. Smash that like button, 4 people. Do you remember when we used to gift like a present with like 20 coins in it, and then bots would turn up to try and steal the coins? Remember that? It'd be like 5 seconds before the gift opened, and then you would get like 30 extra viewers. It's pretty funny.
Got a brand new girl, so I'm feeling all good inside. Feel like I put some brand new 24s on a brand new ride. Triple shot of Patron on the rocks with a little bit of lime. I'm just keeping it real.
Might be a bit too thin now.
Working at the club, so I'm
A little bit too thin.
getting it free. Wednesday night, I'm on the list. T-Pain plus 3.
Hope you got all your questions written down, Nath. Wait, what? Yeah, I don't have questions. You've got them all, yeah?
Shorty, I'm sure you heard that I rarely ever come out. Unless I'm in the M6 doing tricks free, we're burnt out. Got a passenger side that's empty, wanting it to be your spot. Put you on my billboard, we can act like the charts. I can end up on top. Don't smoke, don't drink, that's why I don't be.
Are you taking point? No. I mean, you can after the start. I'll do the intros and all that type of stuff, and then you can we'll get like the origin story, and then we'll jump into Middle Earth and Ark and all that type of stuff. You could talk about the players pack and stuff like that. I was gonna say, and shit like that and stuff like that. All right, can someone let me know when the ads start on Twitch, and then I'm going to jump into the... And if no one says ads are starting, I'm just going to jump. I'm just going to jump into the Discord chat in 3 minutes.
Could be chasing, but my time would be wasted. They got nothing on you, baby. Nothing on you, baby. They might say hi, and I might say hey, but you shouldn't worry about what they say.
Thank you, big juicy boy. Thank you. Nothing on you,
Nothing on you. I know you feel where I'm coming from, regardless of the things in my past that I've done. Most of it really was for the hell of the fun. On a carousel, so around I spun. With no direction, just trying to get some. Trying to chase skirts, living in the summer sun. And so I lost more than I had ever won. And honestly, I ended up with none. It's so much nonsense, it's on my conscience. I'm thinking
Pre-roll ads are disabled for 63 minutes. They got to be starting soon.
And you wild when you ain't got nothing on. Baby, you the whole package. Plus you pay your taxes. And you keep it real while the mothers stay plastic. You're my Wonder Woman, call me Mr. Fantastic. Stop. Now think about it. I've been to London, I've been to Paris, even where there in Tokyo. Back home down in Georgia, to New Orleans. But you always
Ads. All right.
and just like that, girl, you got it, bro. Like a Nintendo.
Be back in a sec, guys. Be back in a sec.
Beautiful girl.
Yo, how you doing, man? Cool. Why have I got a bunch of other people's chats here? Hang on, I've just got to pull my webcam out and then put it back in, otherwise it won't pop up. Wicked. All right. Okay. I'm just gonna update some stuff. You guys keep chatting. I'm just gonna update the layout for the stream. Yeah, they're meant to be muted right now. let's go here. And we'll go like this. And now everyone should have some audio. So welcome, guys, to episode 6 of the Road to Ark. Today we've got Jacob from Conquest Creations. And he is the TO for the Middle-earth Battlegrounds. Is that what it is, guys? I always get it mixed up. Because it used to be... ME... Middle-earth Strategy Battle Game. All right, cool. Yes, it wasn't called that originally, was it? Before this, it was called Lord of the Rings. Oh, hang on, hold up. I've done a bad thing again. Now it should be fixed. Yeah, I did exactly the same thing as I did last time. All right.
Oh, did you mute again?
Yeah. All right, we're here for episode 6 of the Road to Ark. Once again, the re-intro with Jacob from Conquest Creations. He is the TO from the Middle-earth Strategy Battle Game.
Hey, you got it.
Yeah,
There we go.
actually got it for once. There's too many letters in that, I tell you. There's too many letters.
Yeah.
Welcome, Jacob. Thank you for coming on the channel.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
And Nath as well. Thank you. Nath's going to be
Howdy.
leading point. We've let the Winter Soldier into the interview. We've said the trigger word of Lord of the Rings way too many times. So here he is.
And
he'll be running it. He'll be basically running it. in a minute. So Jacob, before we jump into Ark, and I'll be scrolling through your Instagram while we do this, and people feel free to ask some questions if you've got some realistic questions to ask Jacob. How did you discover tabletop gaming? Was it actually Lord of the Rings that got you into the hobby, or was it 40K or fantasy?
Yeah, so I reckon I've got 2 older brothers, and I would have been like, I don't know, maybe 8 when one of my brother's mates got into, I think it was fantasy. I reckon the first box that he got was Battle for Skull Pass Fantasy Starter Kit, however many editions ago that was. And little 8-year-old me saw that and thought that was pretty much the coolest thing ever. So then I think I got some Moria Goblins soon after that, and then really have pretty consistently hobbied since then. So I've done a ton of projects. Probably the first game that I really played, I collected a little Lord of the Rings army and then collected some 40K stuff for a while, and then basically moved back here, Australian, but lived overseas for a while, and then came back here and discovered Middle-earth, and really have basically played just that for the past 11 years with a couple other little games sprinkled in here and there.
Yeah. So I guess this will be a question that is geared towards both you, Jacob, and Nath. What's the main draw for you guys when it comes to Lord of the Rings? Like, because I'm assuming you've obviously played some other gaming system. Is it the gaming system itself? Is it the miniatures, or is it basically you just absolutely love playing a game that's revolves around the movies and the books and stuff?
Yeah, I'll let you go first on this one, Nathan.
I think it's an all-rounder, really. I am pretty biased, but I reckon it is probably one of the most well-balanced systems out there. Also, like, the community, it's probably one of the best communities in tabletop that I've made so many friends and all that in this community just from Lord of the Rings, and
as opposed to the 40K community that is absolutely toxic
I did try out a couple games in 40K, and it was just I think it just didn't hit as what Lord of the Rings did. And then obviously loving the movies and and actually playing a character where you see something in the movie and you're like, I want to take that, I want to play that because that's awesome, and you can do that. So that's for me. Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me it's I reckon what really grabbed me about it was that it's kind of the only game that I feel like I've played where the game and the game mechanics and the strategy really correlate with the story. It's like Aragorn in-game feels like Aragorn from the movies and the books. And the way that battle lines clash is, in my head, exactly how I imagine it happens in real life. And you've got so much control to do whatever you want with every model being individual. And I guess just like a little point of reference is I love the Heresy stories, but then the characters like my Soul Tarvis will get like one hit by just about everything. Whereas in Lord of the Rings, those character moments are the core focus of the game. So if you love the characters, that's what it's all about. And I think that's what's really grabbed me about it.
So they
Absolutely.
almost have some form of, well, not so much rules, but they almost have a plot armor. So they're not just, like you said, getting insta killed like they do in Horus Heresy by something that's twice their toughness, stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Things do get insta killed by long shots and stuff all the time. Yeah. So, but yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. So give us a little bit of info on Conquest Creations. So this is your YouTube, which
Yeah.
it looks like it's pretty popular.
Yeah, started that in 2020. It's YouTube and my full-time job actually. So yeah, YouTube channel that I started without really any clue about how to do anything. And over time it kind of morphed, and now we're primarily, well, actually, we're basically exclusively a Middle-earth strategy battle game battle report channel. So trying to produce 2 or 3 battle reports a month with some other content basically talking about the game. So super focused on the Middle-earth strategy battle game.
Yep.
If you're interested in anything else, this is not the channel for you, but if you only care about that, then it's the right space to be. And then the other side of Conquest Creations, because obviously a YouTube channel with the amount of views that I have doesn't really pay the bills, is we create STL files of wargaming scenery. And we obviously, we use that in all our battle reports and show that off. And that's how we, have a full-time job out of basically playing with toys and painting scenery and occasionally getting a camera out.
Yep, there you
It's
go.
the dream, isn't it?
Yeah, it
It's
is a
the
little bit of a
dream.
dream. I think, look, that's the way you jump into any type of content creation is you sort of just got to dive in, right? I don't think many people really knew what they were doing the first time they started creating some content. So props to you for just jumping in and giving it a go. And I think sole focusing on a system is the smart way to do it, especially because it's something that you're so passionate about as well. So
yeah, I mean, it's an interesting spot because, all the time people ask me like, oh, you ever think of making content about this game or the, whatever the new 40K release is? And my answer is always no, just because like I've been playing Middle-earth consistently for, I think I went to my first tournament in 2014. I've played multiple tournaments a year ever since then. And I only want, like, I couldn't make valuable content about anything else because I just don't know about anything else. So I want to, I'm only going to make content about stuff that I actually have something good to say and I actually know about, and that is just Middle-earth. And I think I'm going to stay in my lane. I love Middle-earth. I don't need to go anywhere else, so I'm happy.
Yep, that's the way to do it. That's why I struggle to make any content, because I know very little about a lot of things.
And the scenery is absolutely unreal. Like, photos don't do them justice. Like, they're all modular as well, so like you got buildings that like 3-story 2-story buildings where you can take them off to get access to climb up ladders and stuff like that. It is like not a lot of terrain is like that in tournaments and stuff, and it's just amazing to play on, and how it integrates into the game. It's fantastic.
So it would suit sort of narrative battle reports extremely well, I imagine. Having
Absolutely.
having the
it's purpose built for Middle-earth. As I don't know, as legal as that is to say, probably. I think it is. But all the doorways are built with the miniatures bases in mind. So we have 25mm bases for most infantry. So all the doorways are 25mm, and just really easy things like that when it's all added up, the point of the terrain is to be a part of the game and be as seamless as possible. And there's been games that we played where the terrain's beautiful, but your models don't really work around it, and you make it work because it looks good. But the goal for this is that it looks good and it's just easy to play on. It doesn't get in the way of your game. It just enhances the game.
Yeah,
and that just comes from having played a lot.
Something that immerses you in the game itself instead of taking away from it.
Absolutely, you feel like you're there in the scene that you set. It's amazing. Yeah,
I appreciate that, Nathan.
It's all good.
In terms of competitive side of Middle Earth, because you're obviously TOing the ARC event. That's why we're here to mainly promote and talk about the ARC event itself. So, and Nath, you go to a lot of competitive events. What in terms of, I guess, how serious do people take it? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there and is it obviously wouldn't be comparable to the 40K events in terms of people taking it that serious. I wouldn't imagine.
Oh, I feel like, well, Jacob also runs 2 of his own tournaments a year. I think it's Triumph and Battle Harden, if I'm
Yeah.
correct. And I feel like in Victoria, they're probably, Battle Harden is probably one of the more competitive ones. And Triumph is probably also one of maybe the competitive ones from the lower points for lists. But there's so many tournaments and that going on that there's only really a couple a year where you're like, some people are like, I want to do a good list, or not so much a meta list, but I want to do well and try and see how well I can do with this. All the other tournaments are kind of like, it's a tournament, but it's not a tournament. It's kind of like you go in there playing games with mates, and people bring most of the time themed like lists and, lists that you would think, oh, that might not do so well, and just see how well they can do with it. And just, yeah, so that's my experience with it. What do you reckon, Jacob?
Yeah, I think you really nailed the point with there's a lot of players who they'll bring an army that's super themey and really nicely painted and unique in their own way. And it's not necessarily about for them winning the event, it's winning the event with this army. I think
Yep.
is something a lot of people take pride in. And I don't want to sound like we're too like airy-fairy nice to each other, because there's definitely enough people that take it really seriously.
Yep.
And especially in last edition when you could do some soupy alliances, that came up a little bit. But I think overall, a lot of the people who are really winning a lot of events, which is very often the same people are always performing really well. They do really well at setting the tone with, they'll come in and their goal is to absolutely crush you, but they're going to be nice about it. You're going to have a fun time. And that's really important to the community. And I guess with my other tournaments, Battle Harden and Triumph, they are trying to be the pure, competitive ones where it's all about game scores, it's all about winning. Whereas ARC is a little bit different because I talked to Dan, the overall organizer of ARC, and he mentioned that for 40K, there's a lot of points in sportsmanship and hobby. So for ARC, I've really leaned into that, and there's going to be 50% for game score, 25% for hobby, and 25% for sportsmanship, which is a little bit of a different flavor from my usual events. But I think it's really good, especially with this new edition. We have a lot of new players coming in. And ultimately, like, if you're not being a good sport, I don't think you deserve to walk away as the winner of a tournament. Maybe you won your games, but you didn't win, the community. I think that's what I really want to push with ARC, is that, the winner is the winner of not just their games, but also being a good dude and having a cool army.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. I think you basically just answered a question I was going to ask. I was going to say, so how does ARC differ from other Middle Earth tournaments? So thanks for that one.
Yeah, maybe I jumped the gun a bit.
Yeah. Do we want to talk about, well, while we're here, Middle Earth finally returning back to ARC?
Yeah.
How long has it been? Because I didn't even know that it. Like, apparently it was many, many years ago. I'm not quite sure how long ago. Do you know how long ago it was since Middle Earth's been at ARC?
So, firstly, no, I don't. But secondly, has ARC always been called ARC, or because I've heard of an event called Arcanicon, but I think that might be a different event, or is that what ARC used to be called?
Well,
Here we go.
I don't know. No, see, I think ARC used to be called Arcanicon, and then it got shortened to ARC, and now because it's evolved over time to not just, because it started off just as 40K.
Yeah.
And now they've just, obviously everything's got an ARC pun to the name, so it just evolved to ARC Fest. So they're basically just trying to transform it into just an event like that all hobbyists would want to come to, which, fingers crossed, the more we can do in terms of like social media and stuff, it can grow. So, and look, I think the more gaming systems that can get booked out, like all the numbers getting filled, then it just makes sense. Like, because they've got room for more events and more systems, but it's whether or not you can fill the numbers. So
Yeah.
how are the numbers for the Middle Earth? Are you?
I was just about to
that
ask
is a
that.
good question.
How's the numbers going?
Let me check.
It is a little bit hard because it is a 2-day event, and normally the 2-day events, obviously people have life commitments and all that sort of stuff, so it would be lesser numbers than what I think, but I really hope we can really push the numbers for Middle Arc. I really hope.
Yeah, so we are at 40 tickets as of today.
Amazing.
And what was the
Pretty good because we still got a couple
What were
months.
you hoping to sell in terms of tickets?
I told Dan 40 to 50. We've still got 2 more months of selling tickets. So at this stage, I'm really hoping, that 60, 70 mark seems pretty doable. I've got a lot of advertising to do for it, so anyone in any Facebook page, get ready over the next couple weeks to see too many posts from me about too many things. Yeah, I really think we can push it. 60 would be fantastic. I ran Battle Hardened, it was 63 in November, and I reckon my goal is to beat that.
Yeah,
Was
that'd
Battle
be
Hardened
awesome.
the one that you've obviously been to Battle
Yes.
Hardened, eh? Was that the one I turned up to? No.
No, so when I was on the podcast talking about Lord of the Rings, I was saying that I had a painting goal that I was taking some minis to, or top of the head, that was Jacob's tournament, Battle Hardened, that I attended. Yes. So
Have you personally been to any arcs yourself, Jacob? Have you participated in any of them, or have you?
I
been?
have not, but I have been to one that was, I want to say 2. It wasn't last year's. It might have been the one before that. The one where Squidmar was, and Tabletop Time had just finished their big Titan board. Because I'd always wanted to do a Middle Earth event at Arc, and I remember seeing it advertised a couple weeks out. I was like, oh well, I've missed my chance to that one. That's fine. I'll just turn up. And was completely blown away. I was expecting it to be kind of just like a bigger than usual 40k tournament, but then there was all the painting stuff, there was all the merchant stands, and incredible tables and armies, and yeah, I was really impressed. So after that, I was like, I really want to run Middle Earth at Arc. And then last year, not sure what happened, just slipped my mind, and then it was too late. And this year, I made sure that we could get Middle Earth in there.
I had a question about the players pack for Arc. So you did touch on, was it like 50% was like game scores? Was it 20 for painting?
25.
Did you say?
Yeah, 25 for painting.
25 for
25
painting,
sport.
and then 25 for sport. So I think the sportsmanship, because I one of the guests touched on the sports. Is it like individual players? Like you have to rate every player that you play with the sports vote, not just one at the
Yeah.
end?
So this is one that I've thought about a little bit. Basically, when you do your score submission, there'll be questions about sportsmanship.
Yep.
And I've been to events before where they're just kind of like rate your opponent 1 through 10, and I don't know, that doesn't sit well with me because I don't want to play a game with someone who was like, oh, he was a great guy. Was it a 10? Like, I don't know, maybe not, but I'm gonna give him a 10 just because that's, I don't want to not do that. So I'm going to do the sportsmanship a little bit more nuanced than that. And, I'm an engineer. I do a lot of software. So I'm going to maybe make it a little bit over the top, but hopefully simple to enter scores. So there'll be a lot of questions. Just like, did your opponent know their rules well? Did your opponent measure correctly? Was your opponent there on time? Did you finish your round on time? Like all those ancillary questions that also contribute that are hopefully a little bit easier. So it's not just give someone full marks all the time because we're friendly, but there's some more discreet yes or no stuff. And then just to make it a little bit more software and complicated, I'll basically run everyone's results through this script. And if one person rates everyone the best, then it scales. So not everyone can be the best. So if, say for example, I voted every one of my players as the best person in the world, well then that would kind of reduce my relevant score. So
I feel like that's
It
a
might get too
trouble.
complicated.
Yeah, I feel like everyone in probably the community, because we all like each other, would rate everyone 10. So
Yeah.
yeah, that stops that problem.
That's
Um,
a little
but
bit of an the Uber sort of thing where it's like, oh, you better give me 5 stars. You know, I was awesome, wasn't I? But
yeah, and I don't want that because that's so
realistically,
weird.
Yeah.
realistically, every game you play is not really a 10 out of 10 with your opponent. You'd like,
But this is the
you'd,
thing.
you'd
It
like
kind of
for it,
is
you'd
though.
like for it to be like it's in a fantasy world. I'd love for every game for me to walk away and be like, man, that was awesome. But you know,
But
Yeah.
that's the thing. Like the games that I've had the most fun and all that, I've lost and all that. So it's like you know the most. It's very subjective in a way, but every I think it's just a bit biased because every game I play, I usually have a blast. Win or
Yeah.
lose doesn't matter. There's only like maybe those little 1%ers we like. Okay, you know, it is what it is. But
And
generally,
I
yeah.
have been to events from like every single game I played was an absolute banger. Like
Yeah.
that's happened a few times, and I really want to let that be in the scoring. And I don't know, I might be overcomplicating because also ultimately it's just making sure everyone has a good time as well. So it doesn't necessarily have to be this perfectly mathematical thing.
Yeah.
With-
And on the sorry, go on, Judd. You go.
with your players pack, have you got some custom scenarios that you've created? Because
I'm gonna
the 40k one's doing their own custom scenarios, which I don't think get released until the day.
Ooh, okay. So with Middle Earth, we're in a little bit of a weird spot at the moment because the new edition came out in November,
Which
and
looks phenomenal.
it came
by
out
the
with
way.
6
Like I'm
scenarios.
not the biggest fan when it comes to the Lord of the Rings stuff, but those new models that are coming out and the ones they're redoing, they just look so nice.
Oh yeah, the improvement is huge. I just want them to do it to everything
Everything.
now, which
Yeah.
is tough.
There's so many
Um,
old 20-year-old models that you just like the Warriors of Minas Tirith that are like 20 years old and they're just like, you know, like like this, and it's like, oh, I really wish they did like a 24 plastic pack what they did with the Rohan and the Dunlin and just do some resculpts just to freshen up the range.
They would find. I think they would find new players if. And look, we know they can't do it as a company. They can't just update everything and just be like everything's updated. It has to be like that. The slow release, you know, bit by bit. But I think the more they do it, the more new players they'll find. Because I personally, because I'm a painter, I like to paint with the premise to game. But like the models have to be nice. Like I'll never go back to painting a firstborn space marine. You know, I just can't. The older sculpts, I just can't do it. So I'm very picky with where I spend my time in terms of painting miniatures. So I think the more they do it, the more new players I think they'll find for sure.
every single 40k release that is an absolute banger makes me like, I see why 40k is so popular because holy shit, those Emperor's
Yeah.
Children look so cool. And like Middle Earth, we have that with the new stuff, but there's so much of the range that is a little bit, not to the same standard as Primarch Fulgrim and stuff like that.
Yeah. But going back, touching on what Jacob was saying about, isn't there only 6 scenarios that have been released out of 24? Yes.
Yeah, so Games Workshop, in the rulebook, it says there's going to be 24 scenarios when the match play guide comes out. That hasn't come out yet, and I was expecting it to already be out. I presume we've got an announcement coming in the next White Dwarf, which hopefully has some information about that. But scenario-wise, I'm kind of not deciding anything until that match play guide comes out. I'll probably just do standard match play scenarios because the edition is still relatively new. We're getting a lot of new players in, and ultimately, I think that when you're new to a game and there's 65 people there, and you're playing your army and maybe you've only played it a half dozen times before, and then someone comes in and says, "Hey, here's some extra weird rules that aren't even in the rule book." I think that kind of just tips some people over the edge, and honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of custom scenarios myself. So I think keeping it nice and simple just allows people to focus on the game and having fun with the game instead of, what's this rule that I didn't read or stuff like that.
There is actually a lot of new players coming in this year. I've noticed, just being at local tournaments and all that sort of stuff. And it's amazing to see. And obviously, I can imagine that the new players, going to a tournament can maybe seem a little bit, I don't want to say intimidating, but
That can be daunting for sure.
yeah, it can be. I feel like, would you recommend for new players, Jacob, that if they want to do a first tournament or get in, like just, going, just going into the game, that Middle Arc would be that tournament for them to take that first like leap and step into Middle Earth?
Yeah, I think it's a great one to start on because there's such an emphasis on sportsmanship as well. Like everyone's going to be chill, everyone's there for a good time. 700 points is a pretty big tournament for your first one. So I definitely recommend having a few practice games, and we've got heaps of really open communities that are super easy to come in. So if you are thinking of coming as your first one, just send me a message, send Nathan a message, and we can plug you into some of the chats of there's several places in Melbourne where there's basically weekly games happening. And just, come meet people, play games. So when you turn up, it's not as daunting because like, oh, I've met these 5 people before, and they've played the game with them, and I know they're cool, and they said everyone else is gonna be like that. So definitely encourage people to get really plugged into the community in that regard. But also, if you don't, just come along. People are gonna be chill. It's gonna be fun. It'll be a good time.
Yep. So it is 700 points. So touching on that, so you actually can bring Smaug. You can bring Smaug the dragon. He is 700 points. So now you can actually bring him, which is kind of insane. Yeah. Would there be any banned models, I presume, for the tournament or anything like that, or anything banned that you're just going to be like, no, I don't want the trouble, I don't want to deal with that? It's supposed to be, a friendly tournament.
I'm definitely not going to ban anything. So there's a 2-part answer. The first part is no, I'm not going to ban anything. People have their toys. They've painted them up. Bring them along. I'm not going to tell someone not to bring something that they are excited to use. Obviously, playing with models like Smaug can be, I don't know if you probably don't have the context on it, Judd, but imagine if someone brought a Warlord Titan to a game of 40k, and you're like, some armies might be able to deal with it, and some armies you might be like, shit, I'm going to spend the next 2 hours dying. So Smaug's a little bit like that. But
or 5 minutes.
Or 5 minutes. Because there's that emphasis on sportsmanship. If someone wants to bring a Smaug, fantastic, and just have fun with it, that's absolutely great. So I actually kind of think it's a better tournament to bring a Smaug than like one of the really competitive ones. Because if I turn up to a tournament and I've played 35 practice games and I really want to win, and then round 1 I pull a Smaug in a scenario where I've just got no hope, that feels pretty bad. But where if you lose a couple games, you can still win this tournament if you've got a nicely painted army and you're a good guy. So I think it's actually really good for that. The other thing is, with the new edition, we don't have all the rules yet. They've released the Armies of Middle-earth. They've released the Armies of Lord of the Rings, which is everything we see in the films. The Armies of the Hobbit, which is everything we see in the Hobbit films. And then there's a third book, The Armies of Middle-earth, which has everything from the books, so the more expanded universe. And that's not out yet. So all of those ones I'm definitely going to be including. But with the move to the new edition, they did make legacies. So some of the profiles got retired from the game. And the players pack says that legacies aren't allowed. And I think a few people are probably a little bit upset about that. Because there's some models that you could play last edition that you can't play this edition. But my thinking was kind of what I said about the scenarios earlier. We want a ton of new players coming in. We want people just to be able to go there and play the game, and having these extra 40 profiles that won't ever be played at competitive events again just adds a lot of complexity, and they're super, super niche most of the time anyway. So I can understand that some people might disagree there, but it's a decision I've made, and I'll stick by it now.
Yeah, I also think is like, obviously if they had a legacy army and they've spent how many hours, hundreds of hours or whatever, painting a whole army, and look, and for someone to be like, yep, nah, sorry, you can't use it this edition, like it's kind of, it's, I don't know how I feel, like I don't know how that sits with me. I feel like if someone really wants to play an army and they've painted and all that, and for an actual tournament, be like, technically no, even though they'll be at a disadvantage anyway, probably playing that army in the new edition. It's hard.
My saving grace with it is we have so many tournaments. Well, I won't even call them tournaments. Events here in Victoria where they will be allowed, and it's we've got one coming up that's Axe or Sword, which is a bit more themey, and there's kind of character progression throughout. If your heroes do stuff, they can get extra gear. And that's where legacies will absolutely still be played. And events like the Silmarillion, which is one of the biggest events here in Victoria, that's very much a narrative event. They'll always be there for that. I think that they're just a bit of collateral damage here with Ark, and like they wouldn't be allowed at Battle Hardened, for example, which is
Yeah.
trying to be more competitive.
We've got our first comment in chat as well. It's from Starzy Rose. It's more of a statement than a comment, and it says, "Let me play more than once a year, Little Net." What's that in
Yeah,
regards
well,
to?
we've already done one game of Middle Earth this year, so we'll see if we can do two games. And yeah, we'll try and do some more games.
Are you
That is Anastasia. For who people do not know, that is my partner. So,
and you only let her play
yeah.
one game a year?
No, yeah, it's pretty poor form on me. Yeah. To be fair, Liam has got his fiance Mary. She started, to come to events and play, and she came. What was it, ninth
I think
at the
ninth or
last
10th.
ninth or
Out of
10th out
50.
of 50 players the other weekend. As for a first proper tournament, I think it was absolutely amazing, and I think that's because Liam's heavily involved in the Middle Earth community, and she's always seen there and seen his hobby and how much he enjoys it, and I think that's something that they are now kind of going to share and all that. Now she's coming to events and she's having so much more fun and all that as well. So I need to up my game, I think.
The funny part about that as well is that I don't think that Liam has ever gone like above the top half in a tournament ever before. And then his fiance comes into her first event and comes top 10 at a 50-player event.
Yeah. Yeah, it was awesome. Such a great tournament, and yeah, she did amazingly well. So yeah, no, good job, Mary.
What makes the Middle Earth community so good? What makes it so much different to other communities?
That's a tough question. So to be fully fair to everyone else, obviously we have the best community.
Do you think?
Yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Do you think it ties into the gaming system itself as well?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of players that are in the game purely for they like Lord of the Rings, and I think that just little bit of selection bias really chills people out, where people are there to play with their favorite characters, not necessarily there to play to win all the time.
Yeah.
And I also think there's just been a lot of people who've been in the community for a long time, and because it's been a small community for a long time, there's a while where it wasn't super supported. And then really the people who carried it through that had really good attitudes about the game, and then everyone knew who was coming in. Was playing against these people who were great. And then, when I first started going to tournaments, I met all these nice people, and I was like, oh, this is how you do wargaming. And then have hopefully spread that to everyone else. And I think, the guys that I'm gaming with all the time, I think are really big champions of the community, where introducing new players and being chill and fun. And I think that that's a really kind of grassroots starting point that's then spread because everyone's been introduced to the game in that capacity.
Do you think because the community is probably, well, it is smaller than the 40k community? I think because it is so small, it's a bit more of a deterrent for being that guy, because word gets around pretty easy. You don't want to be known as that guy, so you probably won't find too many games because the games are so limited. So it's probably
and it's a pretty tight community. Like, I don't know, the guys that I'm usually gaming with, we're seeing each other every week, and there's a roster of like probably 8 of us, and I know a lot of people who are like that, where they play with the same people every week and are really close. And I've found, and I don't know, this might not be correct, is that there's not that many people that kind of come to one event and then disappear, or maybe there's a few, but there's a lot of people in the community. Like, if we went and we surveyed everyone at a tournament, the average player there would have been to 10 tournaments, I reckon. So it's really mature in that regard.
It's more so where you go to a tournament and you do not see someone there, and you're going, oh, what happened to like where did he go? Like, I think one of the tournaments just gone recently, the Mountain Goat Gaming one.
Probably didn't play enough games with his misso. He disappeared, mate.
Yeah. Thomas. He took a break for about a year and a half, and he returned. He always had that. What is it? The Haradrim and all that sort of stuff that he always like one best painted, amazing painter. And yeah, he just kind of took a break, and then he came back. I'm like, oh, you're back, and he's like, yeah, I think he just took a break and just going to come back, start, returning, playing games and all that sort of stuff. And I was just like, I was so excited because I was like, oh, he's coming back, because he just, people drift off and all that sort of stuff, and life happens and all that. But he was a good player, so it's good for him to come back to the community and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, that's exciting.
I think we also have a ton of players who they're new players, but really they played when they were a teenager, and
Yes.
now 12 and a half years have gone past, and then they were moving house and found a box of minis and heard there was a new edition and have come back. Like there's dozens of people who I reckon fall into that category.
I've heard so many stories like that where they like pull out the old Mines of Moria box set and they got the gobblers, and they're like, yeah.
Is the gaming
Yeah.
system itself an easy one to learn comparatively to other gaming systems?
I reckon the slogan that they always say is easy to learn but hard to
Hard
master.
Yep.
And I think that's a really, really good way to put it. I think that it's the core mechanics are pretty straightforwards. And you can start with really straightforward armies. Like obviously some armies are much easier to learn with than others. But the amount of depth and player agency and skill that goes into winning is massive. So it's easy to wrap your head around the rules. It's really, really hard to then translate into that into winning.
Yeah. So
Yeah, 'cause people can-
Speaking of winning, Nath.
Yeah.
Your list. Chat to us a little bit about what you're going to be taking to Arc, because
Yes.
Nath is going to be competing at Middle Arc. And are you going to win? Is that your plan?
Absolutely not.
Okay.
I feel like I don't go to tournaments to win. I go to tournaments to have fun. And definitely not going to win. However, Breaking the Fellowship did get a little buff this edition. So that is the list that I'll be taking, is Breaking the Fellowship.
For people that don't know, what is Breaking
For
the
people who...
Fellowship?
So after, in the first movie where Gandalf, falls down, fighting the Balrog and all that,
When
the
he earns
Fellowship
all the
loses...
he earns all the XP.
XP.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is just after that time where they've just lost Gandalf and they're going to Lothlorien, and they bump into Haldir and the Wood Elves in the forest. And so in the old edition, you can not used to be able to take Haldir and the Wood Elves. You only could just take the 8 members. But however, this edition, they've brought in that you can now take Haldir and some Wood Elves. So I've changed my list around a couple of times, and I was going to take like a banner and some extra spearmen, but I'm like, and not take Sam. And I'm like, well, I can't have all the other members and not have Sam. I feel like that's, I have to have the whole package. So I've got all the members of the Breaking the Fellowship plus Haldir and 3 Wood Elves with Spear. So yes, I've been painting them for the last 2 months. I've really tried to make this the best minis that I've ever painted. I've really tried, took my time, putting 110% effort in this, and they're all pastel colors. I love pastel colors.
Anyone seen the Road to Arc thread on our Discord will know. Anytime you see
love
any pastel colors, they are typically painted by Nath.
Absolutely. So I do love kind of the standard kind of color scheme, but with a twist, for example. So like Merry and Pippin, I've given like Merry a bright pastel yellow cloak, instead of his yellow little tunic, and Pippin, I've given him like a bright pastel blue cloak and all that sort of stuff. And Boromir's got like 3 different colored rainbow arrows that Lurch shot, that's in his chest. That so it's that's what I'm taking to Arc. I deliberately bought another metal, the Attack on Monhen set with all like Boromir, Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn and that, and then just bought some metal hobbits off to the side. All metal army except for the plastic Wood Elves. So it's I'm almost there. Just got 2 models left to do. Yes, so I'm
And
very excited.
that point this is probably something that's pretty unique to Middle Earth. Is that like having an all metal army? So all of the original models for the game were made of metal, and having an all metal army is like a prestige of like it's
Yes,
like turning up to your high school reunion in like a Lamborghini. It's like,
bikini.
yeah, this is my all metal army, which is like I love the metal models. I'm doing it too. I'm trying to collect all metal. And I'm pretty sure that would be a big point of difference between other games where like 40k players be like, I don't think I've seen a 40k metal model produced in however long.
Nah,
Yeah,
it's probably
There's
cheap.
just
Probably cheaper to
something
get a
about it.
Lamborghini as well. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's just something about like picking up those metal heavy models and moving them. Like you feel like you're moving these models with intent, and that it's just So I couldn't use my old fellowship that I painted like last year because I was like, new event, buy new models, and I just want to put 110% into the effort, and just try and paint the best army that that I've done. So
So
that
question about the gameplay. Who's
Yeah.
gonna die first? Is it gonna be the Wood Elf Warriors or Merry and Pippin?
Well, this is the thing because I've only got 3 Wood Elf Warriors and they got the spear, so they'll be spear supporting. Um, However, Merry and Pippin now do have 2 fate instead of
True, they're
one.
more survivable.
So with the Wood Elf spear support, I've got 2 attacks with fight 5, and if I roll a 6, I can they might be able to body block some warriors. So I feel like maybe the hobbits would probably go down first, but I'm hoping they have more survivability.
Yeah.
Which I think they will.
I presume the game plan is it's not if they die, it's when they even if you win the game
It's
20 to
always
0,
when
Merry
they
and Pippin
die.
have still died.
Yes. Yeah. They surprisingly. Nah, they normally do die. Frodo always stays alive. I haven't played Sam too much, but I'm excited to use his frying pan ability this edition.
Mhm.
So just like in the movie, Justin, where I think it's in the third, is it the second or third one where he's gone to, is it Cirith Ungol, and he's got his frying pan out and his sword and he's trying to save Frodo from the orcs and Uruk-hai. So in the game, they're like, in this edition, they're like, you know what? We want to make the characters feel, a bit more unique, a bit more what they do on screen. So they've implemented a rule for Sam's frying pan. So if you win the fight, you can make a strike with his frying pan. And I think it's on an infantry keyword model on a 4+. They're stunned, so they can't move next turn. So you just go bing and just just go around hitting models with your frying pan.
You're bringing in a bit of old PUBG into Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, so that's also one thing that they've done extremely well with this edition. I think with this new edition, they've made it more. It's not so much edition; it's almost like a 0.5. It's kind of like more of an update on the rules and an update on the character sheets and stuff like that, and just a few, FAQs and all that sort of stuff. But they did make the characters themselves more flavorful, more things you can do, what you see in the movie. What you see on the screen is a good representation of them actually in the game, and that's why I myself, and I know Jacob loves Thorin's Company and Hero Armies, because you just have every model has its own unique quirkiness and story, and it's just so much more fun, and that's why I choose to play Hero Armies now. Is just I have more fun playing with them.
Yeah.
And there's nothing better than painting up like a half a dozen Middle Earth minis, which are tiny compared to 40k minis.
Yep.
Paint up half a dozen of them and have a proper playable army that's ready to go.
Yeah. So we do have a question in chat. So I've got a question as well. And we might get people to put some more questions in chat if they've got them, because we'll probably wrap up quite soon. The question in chat is from Ghost. He says, can Sam's frying pan be used to deflect arrows? Can it be used as a shield? No. It's just strictly offensive.
Unfortunately not. That would be cool.
Yeah.
But unfortunately not.
So my question is, you've obviously spent a ton of time painting your Breaking of the Fellowship. I think I got that right.
Yep.
Yep. Is there going to be multiple awards at Arc at Arc for your tournament? Is there going to be like a best painted award for the best army? So there'll be like a
Yeah.
best general? Will there be a best sport as well?
That's a great question.
We've been really fortunate, and I think it helps that I have a YouTube channel, of getting just incredible sponsors for all our events. Now, I still need to organize this and reach out to them, so don't take anything that I say here as final. But we've had some incredible sponsors at previous tournaments. So we've had just so many prizes thrown at us from various different wargaming companies. Like one company put together a swag bag that everyone took home a miniature, and then another company threw in for Battle Hut like 70 prizes. So everyone from last place to first place took something home, and then we'll have best sport, first, second, third. We'll have best painted, first, second, third, and then the best overall, just from last place all the way to first place with an emphasis on the podium of 3, 2, and 1. And then there's a couple ones that I like to do at my events. I like most unique army list as well, just to encourage people to take weird shit that you don't see very often. And I feel like there's one other, best theme as well. It's really a popular thing to have your army and have a display board and then have like a lore write up for it behind it. So even if it's an exact moment from the movie, having a page from the book written out, or something that you've written yourself, like a page that goes with your display board and army. So best theme's always a big award as well. I think I've covered everything there.
Yeah, we've got a question. Probably going to pronounce their name wrong. Kiora the Warrior has asked. Obviously, it's more subjective, but if you had to pick any set to recommend for a newbie painter, what would it be?
Oh, for Middle Earth. So if it's newbie, the new models, which are incredible, look so good, but they are in a lot of pieces. So like the new Wildman, new Warriors, done in the new starter kit. They're fantastic.
They push fit the new stuff.
No.
Oh no.
No.
Okay.
No, I think those Dunlin were like 9, 10 piece or something like that. Like think of like an Intercessor or something like that, but like half the size.
Yeah. So I always jump into the deep end would be my advice. But if you're looking for something really chill to start out with, a set like the Thorns Company set, it's 15 miniatures because you got Bilbo and Gandalf. They're all really nice, just plastic, 1 or 2 parts, easy to put together, and then you can paint, the 13 members of Thorns Company 750 points. And we might not have, I don't think we said this before, but a usual game will be about probably between 500 and 800. So that's a full playable army with a dozen models, and that's a perfect place to start because you can just start playing games with a fully painted army. And then after that, like, it's not the best advice, but the default advice of whatever you like the look of is pretty relevant. Pick some of the newer kits. The Hobbit era stuff are generally nicer kits. I'm painting up some Mirkwood Rangers at the moment. They're fantastic. But I've got to say, Thorns Company is my number one recommendation for a new person looking to get into Middle Earth.
And it always will be.
Yep.
So for people that don't know, we've got another question from Ghost here. Is an army of cave trolls viable?
Yeah.
And this is one of the things that I love about Middle Earth so much. If you want to take a Moria army and just take like pretty much all cave trolls, you can do that. If you want to take a Mordor army and have 4 or 5 Mordor trolls, you can do that.
Yep.
And there's really not, as far as restrictions wise, it's really kind of bare minimum when it comes to list building in a way. So it's you can have so much fun with just making crazy lists and fun lists.
Yeah.
There's no force organization chart. So you just take the heroes, take the warriors. And if you're interested in the cave troll army, I'd recommend a hill troll army because they're some of the models. And basically they have it's almost like a 40k deep strike rule where they're hidden in a terrain piece. You don't actually deploy them at the start of the game. And then I think it's on turn 3, this warband pops out of the ground underneath this terrain piece, and you can do it with full trolls, and it's hilarious to start the game and put 1% of your army down and then say, hey, when turn 3 comes, here's all my trolls.
Yeah. So
just don't forget.
it's probably a difficult question to answer, but hypothetically, if there was a force organization chart, and let's just use, I don't know, the new boxes as an example, because it seems like there's some infantry on foot. It seems like there's some cavalry in there, seems like there's a few heroes in there. If you were to get one half of that box, how many points is that? So how many points would they have to add to it to get that like 800 points? You know, if you're looking at a sort of a balanced type of list instead of one of these like thematic lists. If you're like, I want a bunch of the soldiers, I want a bunch of cavalry, and I want some really cool heroes, how many models are people looking at?
So you're looking at, for 700 points, you're probably looking at about 35 models on average. With the new starter kit, each of the armies in that is about 400 points, plus or minus a few points with how you kit them out. So 400 points in there. So they're a really great starting point, especially for Rohan. For example, if you got the new start, or the Rohan start of the starter kit, a box of 6 riders, and then another hero. They still haven't released all the War of the Rohirrim ones, but another one of them. You'll be pretty close or probably at a 700 point army with that. So these armies are way smaller and cheaper than some of Games Workshop's other like full systems, like the 40k and AOS.
2,000 points of a 40k army.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a normal army would be about 20, on average, 20 points per model. So that's very loose, plus or minus a lot. But say an 800 point army might be 35 to 45 models on average if you're playing just a balanced army that's not a kind of quirky all-hero one.
Yeah.
I do find it that the higher points, like the 700 or 800, it's more so like the actual core of the army itself is still that 500-600 mark. They just add like a bigger hero in, or or just maybe have a couple more elites than what they do. Just like spam troops, unless you like Goblin Town or something, which is just ridiculous. But that's another story.
There's a few outliers.
There's a few like that where someone just rocks up and puts 88 goblins on the table, and you're like, cool. How do I deal with that? But so those box set is fantastic. Like Jacob said, you get it. You pretty much got that core 400. You might maybe just get some cavalry, and then like just another big hero to bump up your points, and then you're pretty much set.
Yep.
So highly recommend if you want to get one of the box sets or the new edition, the War of Rohirrim, even go halves with a mate or something like that if you're interested in some in that, and you can definitely just expand on the set.
There we go. I think on that note, guys, we'll probably wrap things up. Jacob, thank you very much for your time, and you, Nath. If
Thank you very much.
This will be up on YouTube, so if you guys missed any of the start of it, you'll be able to watch the whole thing. And like Jacob and Nath were saying, you got any questions regarding going to Middle Arc, just shout out to them because they'll be able to help you out. Seems like it's going to be a pretty fun tournament, and the numbers are picking up. So yeah, jump on those tickets if you want to go to this event, and it's a fantastic first event for someone to go to. So
absolutely,
guys. I'll
Thanks for having us.
I'll jump on into the streaming soon screen, and we'll say our goodbyes, and then I'll be back, guys. So I'll be back in a minute. Oh, we're back. Oh, hang on. Webcam. We're back. Classic. I did it. I've done it twice in a row now. I forget to hook my headset up so then everyone else can hear the chat. Wicked. All right, let's get back into this Sanguinor. I'm gonna put the aircon on too because I'm cooking. It's 26 degrees. It's 10 p.m. Why is it 26 degrees? It's stupid. One day I'll do Middle Earth. Balmy 8 at noon in Germany. Can I have that 8? Can I please have the 8 degrees? Thanks. I can't wait for autumn. Cannot wait for autumn here in Australia. I'm just going to paint for the rest of the night. There won't be any Space Marine. Just going to get some more of this Sanguinor done. To be fair, we didn't have that hot of a summer. No, we didn't. I mean, there were a couple of days that were like 40 and stuff like that, but it wasn't like 3-week long stretches of like 30 plus. But it just makes painting so much harder, right? Painting is so much harder. Four degrees Celsius. I don't understand Fahrenheit as a temperature. That is wild, Fahrenheit. No one understands it. It's crazy not to have freezing point as 0. Oh, we should do the Road to Ark. You want to do the Road to Ark? If you guys have got some posts, chuck them in the Road to Ark thread. We'll check them out in 10 minutes.
the world on my shoulder. As I'm getting older, your people gets colder. Most of us only care about money making. Selfishness got us following the wrong direction. Wrong information always shown by the media. Negative images is the main criteria.
The transition to everyday temperatures.
Kids wanna act like what they see in the city. Yeah. Whatever happened to the values of humanity? Whatever happened to the fairness and equality? Instead of spreading love, we're spreading animosity. Lack of understanding leading us away from unity. That's the reason why sometimes I'm feeling under. That's the reason why sometimes I'm feeling down. It's no wonder why sometimes I'm feeling under. Gotta keep my faith alive till love is found. The ashes say,
Love channeling, yeah. I was worried that you were just gonna take off on a massive Middle Earth rant. It nearly happened. When you were talking about the rules, I was like, uh-oh. He's entering Winter Soldier mode of Lord of the Rings. There's no turning back now.
that's all we got. Something's wrong with it. Something's wrong with it. Something's wrong with the world. Yeah, we only got one.
I know Nate's trigger words. I don't know his safe word.
Didn't think so.
I need to write I need to write a checklist of my things that I have to do in terms of switching over the stream from the paint stream to the interview stream. Because the one thing I always forget is to change my audio output from my little speaker to my headset. And if I forget to do that, then you guys can't hear the guests. I don't know why it does it like that, but it does. Thank God he's handsome because the Lord of the Ring rants are red flags. Oh boy. Cop that. Tempest, thank you very much for the follow.
Roses are red, some diamonds are blue. Chivalry is dead, but you're still kinda cute.
I can't keep my mind off you. Where you at? Do you mind if I come through?
I'm out of this world, come with me to my planet. Get you on my level, do you think that you could handle?
I did notice you did your hair, Nate. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I'm a big girl, I can handle myself. But if we get lonely, I'ma need your help. Pay attention
Must be nice
for my health.
I want you on my
having hair.
Everybody else.
baby, we can keep it on the low. Let your guard down, ain't nobody got it on. If you with a girl, I know a place we can go.
What kind of girl do you take?
Sure, mate. Takes a lot of effort to look like not much effort was involved. Hair is overrated. I mean, I liked it when I had it. It was nice. Good times.
Don't be mad, don't get me.
Don't get mad, don't be mean.
Hey, don't be mad, don't get me.
Don't get mad, don't be mean.
I don't mean no harm. I can see you with my t-shirt on.
Oh, we might have to do purity seals tomorrow. Shit.
Bring that home.
Who needs hair when I got that beard? Well, I need the beard because I don't have hair. You know? I'll
It's okay, it's alright.
have that Lex Luthor look. Not the suave animated one. The Kevin Spacey Lex Luthor, or what was the most recent one? Oh, Jesse, is it Jesse something? What were they doing with that one? You shave your head because you don't like hair care? That's fair enough. And you hate facial hair maintenance. That makes sense. I do, yeah. When I do clean my beard up, I hate doing that. I hate it. It's so annoying. Who was the last Lex Luthor? He was shit. Jesse Eisenberg. I was gonna say Jesse Eisenberg. I didn't want to commit to it and sound like an idiot. Yeah, no good. No good. Oh, OG, yeah, Gene. Yeah. I like suave businessman Lex Luthor from animated stuff.
Aren't you something to admire? 'Cause you shine at something like a mirror, and I can't help but notice you reflect in this heart of mine. If you ever feel alone and the glare makes me hard to find, just know that I'm always there and loud on the other side.
When did he play Lex? The one with Henry Cavill. And he got Ben Affleck's mum. You're letting them kill Martha. No, they took Henry Cavill's mum, not Ben Affleck's mum. Martha. That was a sick Batman scene though. Like that Batfleck, the older Batman, like juiced up, and he's just like throwing dudes. That was cool. Like you wouldn't be able to do it. Even the world's strongest man wouldn't be able to do that, I don't think. Like I don't think Hafthor Bjornsson could get someone with a batarang with a rope and then use them like a hammer throw. I don't think you could do that. He's strong, but Batman would be on gear, wouldn't he? Surely, Batman would be on absolutely... He'd be on some serious juice. In real life. Like, he wouldn't be natty. Like, Batman would be on trend, beating the shit out of people in subways. Dude, we're going from like 1 to 0 person over on TikTok. I might look at other streaming services. Might be completely pointless if I'm talking about other platforms. How much they're going to neuter the stream. I have to get the setup right, Nath. I'll have to play with it on the weekend. On the long weekend, see if I can get it to work. The frustrating thing is I think I need to create a stream key each time I stream, so every night. But if I get used to doing it, it might be okay. Like, YouTube's good. We're getting, like, we're not getting massive numbers on YouTube, but we're getting the occasional person dropping by and asking questions. So it's definitely worthwhile keeping YouTube as one of the options.
Now you're the inspiration for this precious song. And I just wanna see your face light up since you put me on.
Probably going to paint for another 10 minutes, guys. It's just struggle street here with the how warm it is.
And I can't wait to get you home. Just to let you know you
That's right, dude. Thank you for co-hosting tonight. Wonder who we've got as a guest next week. I don't know. How good is it that Jacob can do it full time? Content creation and doing his STLs. It's fantastic. I mean, before, it's 26 degrees in my studio. 26 degrees Celsius at nearly 10:30 p.m. Now, the studio does get quite warm because of all the lights and stuff. What does Apple weather say it is? It'd be 20 degrees, I reckon. No, it is 20. It's 25 right now. Outside, it's 25 degrees right now. It's called Conquest Creations. I can't put YouTube links in chat, but yeah, if you search Conquest Creations. Nath was making fun of me when we were saying our goodbyes in Discord. He's making fun of me because I want to, if I do Lord of the Rings, I don't want to paint that many miniatures, and I was going to do the Dark Riders as an army, so just ring wraiths. Apparently they used to be broken, but they're not now, so I still need to message Pluto about them, because there's some sculpts from another company that are way better. Make sure if you guys do, I should say this at the start of each stream or each little video. Make sure if you guys do follow him on YouTube and you watch some of his content, even if you don't want to leave a comment, give it a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. Especially the newer stuff, you know, help it trend. Hey Craig, how you doing? Oh, how's this, right? I didn't even realize. I was looking at the YouTube studio, and you can obviously see all the details and analytics of stuff. With the ultimate guides, if I simplify it, 19 people have given the Dark Angel tutorial a thumbs down. Which is wild. Imagine imagine disliking the tutorial so much that you felt you had to give it a thumbs down. Well, it's probably just like Major Kill and his friends. No, I don't know. I can't believe it. Imagine people just be like, no, this is so bad. This is so bad, I'm gonna give it a thumbs down. Must be bad. They've fixed massive spore mine spawning. Oh, dude, how many were there last night? Are you saying you want to play? Are you wanting to play one lot of Space Marine? Are you? Dude, I can't even get this to focus. This is just not working. Hang on. We might. You could. All right. Let me just see first. Let me download first. Is this the most recent patch? No. Today, hotfix patch 6.2. Okay. This is a small patch that mostly focuses on crash fixes, minor balancing tweaks in the preparation of major patch 7 that would focus on weapon perks and weapon loadouts and rebalancing. As usual, if you encounter issues, blah blah blah. PvE updates. Alright, do you know what? I'll load the game. We'll jump in mine. We'll do it. I'm gonna read this out. Alright, let's pause this. Space Marine 2 update. Alright. Okay, so heightened vigor fixed, not triggering by perfect parry or block in some cases. Close targeting damage increase from 15 to 25%. Far out. Concentration fire bonus duration of the Auspex scan increased from 40 to 60%. Assault perks damage reduction bonus increased from 15 to 25%. Vanguard damage reduction bonus increased from 20 to 40%. Tactical prowess minimum enemy HP for auto finisher increased from 25 to 33%. Unmatched zeal health regen bonus increased from 20 to 30%. Sniper perks damage. What the? Yo, block break. You do more damage with your when you hit a blocking enemy. That's cool. Let me just jump into this chat. Yo, what's happening?
Nothing much. I just saw that pop up in my update list.
Yeah, mine must have auto updated. Dude.
It looks like they did a lot of perk shuffles.
Yeah, I just want to read them all. Okay, so sniper, yeah, you do more damage when you're shooting a blocking enemy from 25 to 50%. Evasion, fixed the type on the description. Now it shows correct cooldown from 30 seconds instead of 15 seconds. Efficient readiness, fixed typo and description. Now it shows correct 20% movement bonus instead of 10%. Pattern of excellence, fixed typo. Now it shows the cooldown. I don't know what that means. Okay. Bulwark. Health bonus increase from 20 to 30%. Glory shield. Have they fixed the parry?
Parry? I did notice a couple of mentions of parries being fixed.
What is Glory Shield? Now the perk protects not only from range damage, but from all incoming damage. I don't know what the hell Glory Shield is.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. I'll have to look at that.
What happened to the heavy? Heavy increase. Okay, extra health. Conversion fear. Oh, a bigger radius on the conversion sheet. Oh, here we go. Weapon balancing. Power sword. Overall damage increased by 5%. Power stance combo damage extra increase on attack 3. Oh, they've just upped the power sword. That's
yes,
it.
they've upped the power sword. There was also a couple of paragraphs going, but they made a mistake adding the perk in for the Bulwark being able to heal with the banner.
What do you mean?
They literally said, we made a mistake in adding this perk in the first place. It changes the behavior too much from what was originally intended. Bulwark is supposed to tank enemies and support teammates. It isn't a dedicated healer. But players are now used to this playstyle a lot, and now absolutely any change to this perk will negatively affect the community. That's like the first paragraph. But they literally go on that they regret adding the Bulwark perk for temp health getting back.
Oh, the when the banner is activated, it revives in no. When the banner is activated, all squad members regain maximum contested health.
Yeah.
What? How could that be wrong from the start, dude? How can they get it that wrong?
I don't know, but literally, yeah, their patch notes is like, we regret adding this.
Well,
we won't change it now because it'll piss off the community. They basically say, we regret adding this and we think it breaks the Bulwark, but we won't do anything about it because it'll piss off the community. That's basically what they say.
No. What they've done is it just makes the game too easy. And they didn't realize it was going to make it that easy.
Well, yeah, they might mean that. What they say is that basically that perk is mandatory, and it means that the other perks in that tree aren't, like, no one uses them. And
no shit.
They're yeah. And they say it turns their banner into ability that players save for the very last moment instead of being a constantly used perk.
No, we use it all the time.
Yeah, we use it all the time. I also feel like other perks fall in that category. Like Auspex Scan, like naturally you try to save for when the terminus are there anyway. You know,
Yep.
like,
I rarely use it.
Yeah, so I don't think it's something unique to that perk. You know, but it was just interesting because it was about 3 paragraphs describing their regret for adding it.
Or include the apothecary then, and then you can get rid of it. Job done, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You can't make a game like this and not have a healer, unless you're going to have more stims.
Yeah, and it's not like a guaranteed heal either, because it's contested health. You still got to, you know, like fight for it.
Yep.
I'm gonna go assault to get some more ordeals.
Are you going assault?
Yeah.
Or maybe I go the bulwark now that he's absolutely cranked.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see.
What do I have to do with the bulwark? Probably block some punches.
Yeah, block.
Yeah. I've got to
Yeah,
block
absolutely.
a shitload of dickheads.
Well, to be honest with you, how I got most of that was, I can't remember which mission, but it takes a while to clear the first area. I ran up to the back of the area and just stood there with a couple of gaunts smacking the shield until you guys caught up.
Yeah.
The one with the elevator at the start.
Do I try and turn him into a tyrannic war veteran?
Oh yeah. Show off that chest piece.
Have my headset on real low. Oh, imagine if you could have a Tyranid on the front of that. That'd be sick.
That would be.
I mean, I got to give him a robot arm. You can't be a tyrannical war veteran with a robot arm.
Yeah. He's been fighting a long years.
Well, that's not. Oh, it is white. It looks silver.
Yeah, it does look a bit silver.
I don't like this. But I'm going with it. Look it. Okay. Let's do a mission. What mission? Probably just one.
What do you got? Yeah, just like a nice and easy one.
Yeah, we're gonna do one. It's already 10:40. The photo I upload on Instagram shows the colors of that Phalanx way better.
Oh yeah, it looks awesome on Insta. This, I think you mentioned as well. It doesn't show off the highlights on the weapon as well.
Yeah.
I think on stream it definitely looked more defined.
Yo, Metas said he liked it. That's cool.
Ooh.
He's massive in Horus Heresy. Does a lot of commission painting for Heresy armies and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
He's the guy that's coming down with Baz to do the
sculpting.
Yeah, he's doing the paint classes, airbrush classes.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm pretty sure he's got a patron as well. Very good painter. He won the most recent No Retreat.
Oh, yes. That's the goal. That's your goal, at least. No retreat.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. The parry's still there.
Parry's still there.
Yep. Yeah, the parry is definitely still there. What is our Vanguard doing? What's this guy been doing?
Yeah, I was about to say, I didn't even... I forgot that we have a CPU.
Dude,
Never saw it.
what the fuck? What the hell? I don't even think there were any enemies there.
Playing with himself in the corner.
Jesus.
The chainsaw feels slow, or is that just...
Which chainsaw you got?
That's a very good question. That's a parry one. So
This dude's pathetic, man. He's doing nothing. Getting nothing but bots over on Kier K.
yeah, there's another one, is there?
Yeah. Dude, there's still a bunch of spore mines. What are they talking about?
I don't know. Well, the exact description was like well, not exact.
Well, they don't spawn inside you.
Well, it was that a lot of spore mines spawn for a long time.
Yeah, don't they?
Yeah, so maybe they still spawn a lot, but just not as, not constantly. I mean, it's not like they gave us numbers or anything, so bit hard to judge.
Ah, get blocked. Get blocked. I'll stop it. You seen enemy waves with 3/4 spore mines? Yeah, we had it last night.
Yeah.
Oh, yo, we got a Blood Angel.
Ooh, nice.
We got a Blood Angel sniper.
Sniper too.
What a dude.
We not only did we have it last night, we didn't have three out of four directions
Nero.
to choose from. There was only 2 directions in the tunnel, and it came from both.
Spore mines? But they just flew past me like idiots. I'm getting pushed back by a zone.
Yeah, I was trying to keep the warriors off the sniper so he could do his business, but it's a little hard.
This dude's being cheeky. He's double tapping that. Double tapping that thing. Or a banner for you guys. In a sec.
Warriors.
I might just drop it for him.
Yeah, just drop it for him if you have to. I'm just gonna trying to keep these warriors from catching up.
I get him. Yeah, I did. Yo, sniper dude, you need to get those zones.
What's he getting distracted by? Is there more coming from behind or something?
No, there's nothing, dude.
Oh, because I'm literally like...
I got him with a banner. He's just, I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, I was like focusing entirely on trying to keep the warriors back off him so he could do the zones.
My banner's at quarter.
Yeah, that's true. I am actually low if you don't need it. He's not going for it. Oh, never mind. Turned around. Too late. Flying shrimp to brave.
Flying rage.
How did it hitbox issue? I mean, it's pretty bullshit sometimes, but I don't know if it was like acknowledged as a problem.
We're talking zoanthropes. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like
I don't think I've had too many issues with it.
I feel like sometimes I've been behind something and it's like gone through in a way that I feel like it shouldn't have.
Oh, you talking the scream?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
like
scream's a bit weird.
Sorry, the lance, isn't it? It's like a lance. Like the other's fault.
Yeah, it's probably Lance. I need to fix the parry on the bulwark.
Yeah, you're still having issues.
That's just broken, dude.
Yeah. Oh, you mean that? Sorry. Yes.
It's
I
busted.
think there's nothing wrong with it. I think
Oh, it's great.
I see no problems here. Oh.
Oops. Oh, I'm out of ammo. They're playing with me.
Come on, this Victor, it's gotta be nearly there. Oh. I'm losing my sequence. That's close, go back.
I'm getting... Ah, dude, I just got hit by like fucking 4 heavy attacks.
Back. Oh.
Dude, I got hit by like 4 heavy attacks.
Yeah. This Lictor has to be so close. But been working for so long. Let me.
I like came in the middle. I'm like, yeah, I got this, man. I'll get a banner down for Marvin.
Yeah.
I thought I had the perk. Oh no, I had no armor left. That'll explain it. Here, get this execute.
Spamming E, so oop, never mind, I get knocked back. You got it. Got knocked back half a second before it. You have one shot through that. Yeah, I don't think the Iron Halo blocks the psychic one. Again, I'm not sure if that's intentional or not.
Nah,
It's
yeah,
like
I don't think it does.
Wow.
I think those lances, same with the scream, you know, the Neurothropes scream,
Yeah.
the AoE, I don't think that blocks it.
Yeah, no, it doesn't.
Man, that's so frustrating going down. I was like, oh, it's my heroic moment.
I feel that all the time where you're trying to run into it for a teammate to use the banner, and as you go in, you get down.
We are inside the Astra Militarum camp. Talasa, you need to acquire the Astra.
We'll get the execute on this guy, and I'll banner. We'll get,
Yeah.
Source one from any soldier you see,
Yep.
alive or otherwise.
Thanks. Oh, come on, you hill.
We have located the code. Proceed to the Prometheum refinery and complete the demolition preparations.
That was quick.
we can go. Is he
Alright,
checking
I'm
shit
bringing
out, or are we
friends.
going?
Oh, okay. I just have friends.
Oh, we can fight, dude. I'll fight. Oh, we're fighting.
Oh, they're on the-
We're fighting. No, we're fighting. We're fighting.
Bringing more.
It's fine.
I got friends. Weird not. Man, I've just got a bad sequence with the warriors there.
What are they talking about? Fucking no spore lines. What is this? We got a bio. Oh my god, that is bullshit.
Coming your way. Getting in the booty.
Dude, I parried that. What the fuck is that? It's a bio
pretty
ball,
rare.
bro.
Doesn't matter. Even if he runs away, yeah. Even if he doesn't run through you and doesn't.
No, dude, he was doing regular attacks and I was parrying them.
Oh fuck.
What the fuck?
I was running over to him and the guy was sniping him too. Like.
Yeah, that's a biovore. They spawn spore mines. Yep. They're frustrating as shit. Their attacks are nowhere near as telegraphed as like warriors or other extremists.
It's weird. Like, they need to excel in one or the other. I think, personally, like their damage output with their cannon is crazy. Like they've got the area of denial with the spore mines. They've got the charge shot with the cannon, which will just nearly one-shot you. And then in close combat, quarter combat, they're like the fastest enemy out of all of them. And then they've got like the run, which is just unstoppable.
Uh-oh.
I knew what you were trying to do there when you said uh-oh. Oh, it stims as well.
Dev's
do you
put
have a
one more spore. I don't know, man. It's still fucking heaps.
Yeah, there's still heaps of spores. All they said was that for a long period of time, so I don't think they're constantly spawning. think that's the difference. I'm gonna.
Ain't calling shit, cuz.
Not happen.
Spores. You gotta.
That's better, is it? No, didn't get it.
You cheeky
Just
fuck.
above.
You ain't going nowhere, Hoss. That didn't work, you idiot.
Oh, he got it wrong.
Licked is nearly down. I got a good parry on him.
Got a Ravner on me.
You got spores on you? Got rid of them?
Sometimes. Bloody problems.
Oh, I got licked on me.
Yep, shooting. Never mind, I'm getting fucking pistol
No
executed.
one's shooting it.
I'm shooting. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I went to shoot it, but I must have parried an enemy just before, and so it did the pistol shot on the enemy instead of shooting the Revnar like I was aiming at. Which is kind of annoying because it wasn't even an enemy I was looking at on my screen.
Okay. Don't parry it then.
Yeah, so many gourds hanging in the back. This is where we get a card.
Nah, it would have popped up by now. Ooh. Not that we need it.
Oh! I wasn't even you, it was him shooting the barrel.
Dude's a good sniper.
Yeah.
I wonder how we're going to go in the next area. We don't like your ground pound's the best dedicated generator clearer.
Yeah. I've still got all my frags. I don't help you at all.
I could maybe go the power fist. Hey, try some energy waves.
Would you? Yeah.
I think I built it for the charge attack. Yeah, dude's good sniper.
Yeah, he's spot on with those shots.
Strange, there's no enemies.
Yes, yeah. They did add an enemy to spew more often.
Oh yeah, how's your head, brother?
We're gonna bastard of a biovore up on the bridge where we can't get it. Oh, come on, I just got hit by spawn mines real bad. And I can't even shoot the biovore past all the shields from the Zoanthropes.
He's dropped. He's dropped.
Awesome.
Get him! Yeah.
Oh, thanks.
I copped a spore mine, but
Yeah,
Power Fist has
the-
got the best executions. Yep. 100%. One where you
Literally
pick him
the
up and
time-
rip him in half.
Oh yeah.
Delta charge prime. Deploy.
Dude's like, I'm out. Leaves us with a sniper. Thanks, bro.
Hey, apologize. I was gonna say, yeah, that timing there. I got hit by a spore mine. The Zoanthropes were changing shields, so they both had a shield at the same time. And the bio
Dude,
was
if we have
behind them, so I
a neuro, we're fucked.
I mean, a CPU sniper is still better than the Vanguard for a Nero.
Generator 1.
Yeah, I'm running for it. Abandoned just straight away. Being pretty quick this one. There's only going to be one out of there we go. Out of all of these that are still generated considered.
Nade incoming.
Thank you.
Okay, dude.
What's that?
I got fucking shot across the map by a fucking... by a venom cannon that wasn't even... like he was targeting me. Okay, dude.
Come on,
Sure.
I'm ignoring it for now, but... I think I've already got generator 4. I'm pretty sure I cleared it almost instantaneously.
Is this fucker over here?
Yeah, I've got a venom. Sorry, not venom. I got a lifter on me. Get him out of my face. Alright, he's dead. There's a bio. Oh, you already bagged him.
Sniping this dude. Cross map
Bio
shit.
board. Who do we have join up? Is that a... That's a Vanguard, right?
Oh, no. I'm not having a good one. Tell ya. Not having a good one.
Eight fireballs. Oh, can't block that. Oh, can't. Please stop.
Dude, you got a melter.
So you're not using. You good at generator 2?
Yeah, it's cleared.
Alright, I'm picking on the Bible. You know what really gets me? That I've noticed just now is
Dude, I wanted you to get that execute. I was gonna use...
yeah, the banner. That's alright. I do have a stim and a
No.
guard.
Use it on this guy.
No. Yeah, so I noticed with the Biovore, there's one thing that really trips me up. So he does a blue attack from a distance. If you parry that, you don't get the pistol shot. He immediately follows it up by
With
the
an
charge
orange.
cannon. Yeah, with an orange. So if you parry and then you even shoot the pistol once, you don't have enough time to dodge the orange. You have to already know what his next attack's going to be. It's that quick. It caught me like 2 or 3 times. 'Cause
I
parried-
feel like I've parried a bunch of his like ones that don't give you a warning. I feel like I've
Yeah.
parried him. Like he's put his little
Yeah.
stupid arm up and I've parried him and then it just like no. So I don't know. It's got a weird timing on him or something.
No, it's It's just so much faster. I think the window must be smaller.
We're 100% getting a Neuro with 3 close combat.
The top of the yeah, I almost wish we still had the sniper. I love Vanguard, but with our team composition.
Oh yeah, thanks for the notification, bro. Melter dude, shoot him for fuck's sake.
You grabbed.
Yeah, I was. Old mate took like 3 days to shoot him off me. Explosion. What's that, dude? Just, I think I'm having one of those games where my timing's just off on stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it's slightly changed too.
I've lost so much health. Like, I've gone down twice. I'm now down to a quarter health. I'm getting pumped.
just not vibe. It's alright. If
Just-
anyone's allowed to it before war, make sure you look after
Knew it.
yourself. Hey, you know what? Not a bad spot for it. Though. Better than on top of the lift. No, I've got the heavy bolt pistol, which, you know, for a secondary is like the best secondary. So,
Got a venom cannon at the back.
really? That winged me? Oh. Oh, I'm getting royally stuck.
Yeah, I'd help you out. Sort of being zoned off. I'll drop a banner when we get up here.
Just the Zolan, the Euro now.
He's screaming, back up.
Yeah. Right. Really caught me at a bad time. It's doing the area effect. Nice. I love seeing it charged. Hit come off. Thank you. Gotta run out of ammo in a sec.
I'm out. I'm done. He's gonna drop though. He's dropping.
Yeah, move it in. It's the AoE's still going off though.
We've got a zone, I think. Oh, I'm getting hit here.
I'm gonna hit, yep.
We got a zone as well.
Oh boy. Oh, I'm out of ammo. I'm probably going down on the screen. Yeah. Got no ammo to get my health back. Actually did half decent for my sword.
We have arrived at Nozick's facility. Run distraction efforts as long as you can. We will wreak such havoc upon the enemy, the Emperor will see it with terror.
Not have ammo. Cool. I don't know if we can run with the Zoan in this area.
No, we can't.
Nice. Oh, seeing that chunk of damage with that fist. Oh, beautiful thing. Son of a... Got winged by the Zoan from the other side as I was running. Can I dash into him?
He's gonna scream though.
Yep.
You got him.
But
Execute.
I haven't jumped enough damage through the scream. That was way too close.
Ready to destroy.
If that's a moment to be like, fuck yeah, with a melee build, taking out the Zoan and the fucking hero. And we're all still alive.
Knew it was gonna happen too.
Oh, you did call it.
Knew it was gonna happen. As soon as that guy dropped out who was a sniper and they gave us a Vanguard, like 3 of the closest
Combat units.
I
ever.
just knew they were gonna give us those. Run out of ammo, punching zone tropes.
Yeah. I do have a Guardian, so just look after yourself with the banner if you leave.
I've already given that other dude health. Yeah, I gave him the execute on the Zoan throat.
Boom. Oh, insta-dead.
Yeah, I set that dude up for an execute. There's actually quite a fair amount of range on that charge. Yeah, there's the ammo now. Thanks. Appreciate it. They 100%, like, I don't understand what they mean by, oh, we didn't mean for the bulwark to be able to heal people. How can you have a game like this and not have someone have any ability to heal their teammates?
Yeah, and again, it's not a guaranteed heal. It's the whole timing thing. You've got to still do damage.
Orbital scan estimates the bulk of the swarm will not be in possession for a while yet. Keep your heads and get it done.
Someone come.
Like, I feel like,
Someone else can get this stim.
I won't say no. I feel like a couple of points don't, like, it's not exclusive to that perk either. When they were saying, you know, you're going to leave it to the last moment to use it, and you're not going to pick other perks in that list. And it's like, I feel there's definitely.
Oh, I do that with other classes.
Yeah, you did it with other classes and other perks already. I wouldn't say it's exclusive to the Bulwark or that one perk.
That's so annoying. They need to. One thing they need to do is change how long a charge attack takes.
Yeah, for sure. They did say they were happy with how the melee's balanced. So I don't know if they're looking at.
Tell me I got ya.
Yeah, I rolled in just in time. Although, getting nothing but oranges.
You tell me I didn't dodge that just then.
Behind. Side?
Gonna be center, I reckon. Yep, center. Spores.
Oh, yep.
Need that.
Oh. More spores coming from the side.
Halfway there, brothers. Keep it up.
Yeah, take two. It's all charge attacks take too long. Like all of them.
Especially the chainsaw. That one's just on a whole nother level. Like the power fist ones are long, At least they've got a perk though to not be interrupted from heavy attacks whilst charging.
Yeah, it still doesn't stop you from getting like hit by a gaunt that does the stab attack.
Yeah, no, you still get take damage, and you still like by a lunge, you still take damage as well. It's not perfect, but
My parries are just not on. That worked.
okay.
Oh, okay, it killed like 2 dudes and then I missed. Look how long this takes, dude. Oh yeah, nice.
The other thing I would say is at least with the Power Fist, it's included with the Power Fist, right? The Chainsword one is a perk. So having such a long charge time and having to pick it as a perk,
Yeah,
like... it's like
yeah. I mean, the other one is the ground punch one, which looks so stupid.
yeah.
The power wave is just that much better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
What we got? Is there a bio around?
Oh, I've been saving a crack for this moment.
Zone. And a Ravener.
I'm gonna take out the zone with the crack. Because we ain't got the range. Okay, he took the crack like a champ.
Ravener's down.
Beauty. There should be one more finger in it, right?
Nah, they just did 2.
Thunderhawk arriving at evac point. Ramp down and ready.
Oh man. Oh, that's the first time in a long time I reckon I've been down twice in one op.
Yeah. It was a rough one. Oh no, bloody oath. That's the fact that we came out of dealing with the Zoan and the Neurothrope at the same time and no one was fully dead at the end of it.
Yeah.
That's
Your ground pan came in clutch. You were going to get effed up too. Because he was screaming.
It was like the perfect amount of damage.
Yeah.
I just got to the point where I'm like, we can't wait for him to go to the ground again.
Yeah. The power hammer, yeah, the double slam power hammer. Yeah.
Yeah.
They need all charge attacks on melee weapons need to be cut down by at least a third in time.
Yeah.
I think
at least with the
half might be too much, but at least a third.
Yeah. And the good thing with the hammer charge is that it's got a good, like, motion. Like, you go forwards a fair amount with the 2 hits.
Yeah.
Where, like, with the chainsword, I mean, you have a little lunge to it, but you don't really go that far. The amount of times I've charged and just fallen short of the enemy.
Yeah. Look how big my shoulder pad is. Why is it that big?
That doesn't look right.
Why is that so big?
That definitely does not look right at all.
Both things my last Tinder date said, but
And you should go to the doctors?
something like that. Oh shit. All right, that is the end of tonight's stream, guys. We went over. We normally just go to 11 o'clock, but it's 11:20. So we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. So wind your clock back 3 hours. That's when we start the stream. I'll be continuing to paint the Sanguinor, and I don't know. There's 60 people watching Space Marine, so it makes sense to play Space Marine, I guess.
Yeah.
Although make sure you follow us. Yeah, make sure you follow us. Other than that, guys, I think it's the Power Fist that gives me the massive shoulder.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see it.
Yeah, big old shoulder because of the Power Fist. Other than that, guys, enjoy your day, enjoy your night, give us a follow, and I will catch you tomorrow when I should probably start slaying some Thousand Suns, shouldn't we? At some stage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do ignore them a little bit.
Yeah. All right. Take it easy, guys.